Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, your YouTube signing off limited, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vision. We're gonna go over Raw this week was in Québec City, Canada, and well, before we do, just like always, we're gonna switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind. Well, actually, before we do, want to make a side note, and yes, Wade, we are talking about this. WWE and AEW, man, they have had their fucking wrestling is fucking skyrocketing right now in terms of like major, like, trying to think the right words. Wrestling is on a major uptick right now. AEW on the verge of selling out Wembley, and WrestleMania, within the first 24 hours of ticket sales, wound up setting a new ticket easy for me to say, a new record for their ticket sales. And again, I get it all the time. People try and say an AEW or a WWE fanboy because the show, what we cover, I cover more so the WWE, then I talk about all the other stuff. Here's the thing though, I'm not. I go over Raw because of my day-to-day lifetime schedule outside of this. So it's what's most convenient and what's most available for me. But as far as that the whole idea on tribalism with wrestling, it's just fucking stupid. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I will say it until my dying breath. Watch what you like, turn off what you don't, and who gives a fuck about what you... Why bother wasting time talking about sitting there going off on like a 3-hour-long Twitter rant about why you don't like this company or that company, or this company's not using is got too much of this kind of talent, or they're doing this and this wrong, or they're doing that wrong. Watch what you like and turn off what you don't. Just, that's simple. Honest to God. And if you're going to try and make the argument of, well, you've obviously never been passionate enough to make an argument about that kind of stuff. No, I have. It's just I also know for a fact if I'm not enjoying myself watching something, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, this is so stupid, blah, 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 for forever. No, it's... Ugh. The point that I'm getting at is, like I said at the beginning, wrestling is on a major, major uptick. I am oh so happy to see that, and this is hands down, within my lifetime, probably the best time to be a wrestling fan, because not only is wrestling going up and up and up on this roller coaster ride, man, not only that, you got so much content able to be seen at any point in time, now more than ever. It's fucking amazing, and I love it. So now that I'm done going off on that for a minute, now we're going to switch gears and talk about last week via that SmackDown Rewind, and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. It started out with Grayson Waller coming out, giving the old Grayson Waller rub. Oh, no, not that kind of rub. Giving the Grayson Waller rub to Santos Escobar and the new United States Champion, Rey Mysterio. And Grayson, man, he dug in real quick. He dug in real fast right at the start, trying to say like Rey capitalized and stole Santos' glory. He took his spot. He took his shot, this, that, and the other, trying to drop a wedge between them. And they're like, dude, seriously? The fuck? No. No. That's not going to work. That don't work. Listen, we're friends, partners. He's my mentor. I love Rey. I ain't going to think of him like that. And then they start getting ready to look like they're getting all sorts of hot and ready to go and slap the taste out of his mouth. And then Austin Theory comes out, very much so in a heelish way, demanding his baby back. And then one LA Knight, yeah, comes out talking about on how it's his time. He wants his shot at a championship. Don't matter which championship. And right now he sees one right there. So what he suggests to one Adam Pearce is LA Knight, yeah, goes against Austin Theory. And the winner of that gets a shot at the coveted United States Championship. Pearce agrees. So it is official. Again, WWE Shop, you guys really are missing the ball on making a Adam Pearce It's Official merch. And we got our first match on SmackDown was a #1 contenders match. One LA Knight going against Austin Theory with The Miz out there ringside. And I gotta tell you right now, man, I am really, really digging this whole thing that they got going on with Miz and LA Knight. I like it. I'm hoping that this train goes a little longer than what I'm expecting. But if it's not, I'm not gonna be disappointed either. But it was a decent match. Theory got the win because of Miz running interference. So this Friday coming up, I believe, is going to be, if not this Friday, then at Payback next Saturday, it's going to be Rey Mysterio against Austin Theory for the U.S. title. They had women's tag action, Io Sky and Bayley going against Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair, and we didn't have to worry about can they coexist, because this time they were working together with each other, not in a, oh yeah, we're good buddies kind of way. No, like, more so in like, yeah, I work with them. And that was it. Like, yeah, co-workers. That's it. And that's all. And it was good. Good match. I dug it. It was Charlotte and Bianca got the win. No fuss, no muss, no coconuts. It was a good match. I thought it was nice. The Street Profits had a match against the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, and man, I tell you, this was definitely something that the Profits needed, because, and as good as they are baby faces, me personally, my personal philosophy, you got to be able to know on how to work as both. And if you're a good enough bad guy, man, you're going to become an even better face once you turn. And if you're a good enough good guy and they decide to say, hey, we want to make you a bad guy, man, if you got the guts to actually be a bad guy and not just like one of those cool bad guys, then dude, go for it. Go for it and show it. Be that kind of a bad guy. And the Profits, they came out, mean, kind of nasty attitude, and still having the Solo Cup shooting out, which, you know, you could make an argument adds to their villainous persona, because all those red plastic Solo Cups, those things are not very eco-friendly. So if there was ever a time to have a Daniel Bryan or CJ Parker type character go after them about on how they're damaging the environment over that kind of an entrance, there you go. So as far as the match went, it was good, nice showing out for them. They got the win, and afterwards then the almighty Bobby Lashley came out and congratulated them, my boys, gave them both congratulatory hugs, raised their hands, and then yeah. So now we come to what everyone came to watch SmackDown for this past week. Last week, I should say. Sheamus versus Edge, and good God almighty, this did not disappoint. And yeah, they showed promo packages throughout the show of guys complimenting Edge, talking about what kind of a good person he is. Not even talking about so much as what kind of a talent he is, but just talking about the man, Adam Copeland. And it's like, you know, if they're taking all this time to talk about more so the man as opposed to the wrestler, what does that tell you about himself? That's something. Now, this match, good God Almighty, it was beautiful. I loved it. It was, if this is true, if that was truly Edge's swan song in his last match, then you know what? Bravo. It was beautiful. I loved it. I loved it. Edge got the win with the spear afterwards. Some people were saying, oh, they broke character by hugging and embracing. Dude, they were saying that they were okay and cool with each other before the match. Edge just said he wanted to have that match because he never got to work with him before. So it's not like they broke character. Quit trying to make something out of nothing, you fucking idiots. So yeah, with that said, that is it for SmackDown. So, let's switch gears again and get back into current events. Raw, Québec City. And it starts out with one, Sami Zayn coming out, addressing the lovely Quebec people in his native tongue of French, which, you know, the benefit of hindsight, I probably should have taken that in high school. Oh well. And then the Judgment Day come out, and it's like, guys, listen. No, not cool. Don't do this. Don't do this now, please. And then they circle the ring. It's like, whoa, listen. If what I think is going to happen is going to go down, I just want you to know. You think I came alone? And then hit the music, and we get the returning Kevin Owens. KO is back, and he's there kicking ass, taking names, stunning, popping stunners, being all sorts of ornery and mad as he is. And then they both throw out a suggestion. Hey, how about us two against any of you two later tonight? So, then leads to the mystery of, well, it's going to be Priest and Dominik, Finn and Dominik, Priest and Balor. What's going on? Balor and Dom. And Balor and Priest are still kind of like having those brotherly kind of headbutting where it's like, no. And Rhea's got to step in like mom, like, no. You two are going to get along. Or so help me, I will make you kind of way. So now let's get into the first match of the night. The New Day versus Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre. Nice good start with New Day leading into the break, with McIntyre and Riddle leading into the break, and Riddle being the punching bag post break, and match came. Well, I gotta say, he was actually the punching bag for the remainder of the match. Match came to an end when, as Riddle was crawling over to go for the hot tag, Eric from the Raiders came out of nowhere, pulled Drew off of the apron. Ref didn't see it. And then, next thing you know, Kofi gets tagged in. Pops Riddle with a Trouble in Paradise, 1, 2, 3. Then the Raiders come in. They beat down the New Day. Then they beat down Riddle. McIntyre comes in, cleans up house. And then Drew, Riddle, and the New Day stand tall. And yeah. So, yeah. Now we got Chad Gable going against Gunther for his Intercontinental Championship. Really good solid ring work. Really good solid mat work at the start. Good God. Whew. Yeah, I can't put that over enough. Just so good. Gunther wound up leading into the break and was pretty much dominating into post. Gable got his fair share of shots in, but he really got his momentum near the end of the match where they were fighting on the outside. Gunther had Gable up against a ring post, went to go for a chop, boom, Gable got out the way, banged his hand up, and then Gable German suplexed Gunther over the timekeeper's barricade into the timekeeper's corner, and as all this is going on, the ref is still counting, and Gable just barely makes it in at like 9.999, and then the ref rings the bell, so your winner via a countout is Chad Gable. However, still your reigning, defending, Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. And yeah, So I'm looking forward to this. And personally, I have zero problem with Gunther breaking the Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental title reign. You know, I'm all for it. Let him. Next up, we got Rhea Ripley. Choke me, mommy. What? Can we edit that way? No? Damn it. Fuck. Rhea Ripley going against Candice LeRae. Very short match, but the match wasn't what was meant to tell the story. The story was what happened post-match. Rhea got the win doing a reverse cloverleaf, and then as she's walking up the ramp with Dom, Raquel's music plays, and she's hobbling out with a crutch, and Rhea's just looking and laughing like, you're still all banged up and you still want to face me? Girl, you gotta be crazy. You want to fight me one-legged? And then Raquel just gets the crutch, throws it at her, and then shows that she's got two working legs again. Starts beating her up, throws her out. It gets into the ring. They start trading some punches. Then Raquel tosses her over. Then says that she's been officially medically cleared. And at Payback, she wants a match against Rhea for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. So it's official there. Next up, we got The Miz going against a mystery opponent of his choosing to show that he is just as good, or not just as good, but better than LA Knight. Yeah, dummy, yeah. And, you know, before that, he did a promo beforehand, pretty much saying he's been here, he's consistent, he's been non-stop working here, and all the while, LA Knight, he's a flash in the pan. He's the Hoobastank of WWE, which made me do a spit take because that was fucking hilarious. The Hoobastank of WWE. That's funny. And so, who's Miz's mystery opponent? Akira Tozawa. Tozawa comes out. Now, Tozawa, you're a former 24/7 champ, which would have been good title for LA Knight, but since he's not here for it, since it's no longer available, you're ready to compete? Yeah. And you're going to go and show just how good you are? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Is that all you're going to say? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Oh, come on. You can say more than get them. And then they proceed to have the match, and as the match is starting, then Knight's music comes out, and then out comes LA Knight. And then as Miz is out on the floor, he walks past him, grabs a couple Kleenex. Here's some tissues for you. Cry over. And then sits there, commentary the entire time while Miz is doing his match. And not a decent match. Tozawa, he was leading into the break, and then Miz was leading post. Match came to an end, though, when Tozawa got the win via a roll-up because Miz got distracted by Knight. And then after the match, when Miz was arguing with the ref, which I kind of had to chuckle at because on commentary, Michael Cole referred to the ref as Eddie Munster. And then Knight came over, grabbed Miz, and then boom, hit him with the finisher, blunt force trauma, and then walked off. So again, personally, what I'm predicting is Payback. So, yeah. Next up, we got women's tag action. The new women's tag team champions, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and this came to be because a few weeks ago it was officially announced Sonya Deville tore ACL, so she's out of action for a couple months doing recovery. Hope she gets back on her feet soon. And as Chelsea was about to explain, she's going to do a talent show and auditions for who would be her new tag partner. Piper Niven just came over, grabbed the extra title, and said, I'm your new partner. So, yeah. Okay, so an Alpha Karen just met her match with a very mean, angry Scottish woman. So, folks, take note. If you're ever dealing with Alpha Karens, just have an angry Scottish woman around, and that'll help that'll shut them down. So, anyways, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven in a non-title match against Kayden Carter and Katana Chance. So then the faces, they were leading up until Piper got in, and then when she got in, cleaned up house and got the win by doing a diving crossbody onto Katana Chance. 1, 2, 3. Very short match. So yeah. Next up, now we come to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and this came to be because as Judgment Day's music's hitting, you see Rhea again, much like a mom, grabbing them both by the collars. No, you and you two are getting your problems out of the way. You're working together. Go out there and deal with this issue now. But now! Like, okay. So, yeah. So, decent solid action up until out of nowhere the human Funko Pop himself, JD McDonough, comes out, tosses the Money in the Bank briefcase in to try and give it to Finn. KO catches it, whacks Finn in the face with it in front of the ref, calls for a DQ, and then all Judgment Day proceeds to do a roll-on on Sami and Kevin until Cody's music hits with a weightlifting belt in hand, starts whipping Dominik, help clearing house, then grabs the mic. No. We are not ending Raw here in Quebec like this. There's 3 of you, there's 3 of us. Let's have a 6-man right now. Then Pierce comes out, it's like, I like this idea, let's make it official, let's go. So now our main event match of the night is Cody, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn going against the Judgment Day. And KO, he was a punching bag for a good bit of the match, which honestly, it makes sense because given he competed beforehand, why not have the guy that may be a little worn out for a minute be the punching bag? Then Sami got in, helped clean up for a little bit, and then gave Cody the hot tag. Cody started working. He got a huge pop when he got in. Decent match. It came to an end when he popped a crossroads on the Dominik, then tagged in Sami, who Sami then tagged in KO, and Sami popped a haluva kick, threw Dom into Kevin Owens. Owens, bam, hit a stunner. 1, 2, 3. So your winners, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. The Canadian boys are on top, but Vince doesn't let people win in their hometowns, and yet they won in Quebec. So either way. So that is it for this week's show, folks. So please, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious, also on that Threads, John Tim Vicious as well. Gonna try and get on there a little more as I can. Also, thank you to my executive producer, LeRae Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. The details are down below. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. A little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Reminder, LFC is on Tubi. It costs $0 for Tubi, so you got no excuses to not watch it. Also, don't forget to check out webmaneuver.net for some Vicious Rants apparel. Help support the show. And folks, I got a kid starting up school in a few weeks, and he's got a birthday coming up at the end of September, as well as Christmas 3 months later. Help support the show so that way I can help support a kid. And don't forget to follow all of these cool-ass cats from Reddit on the Twitter. Kenny, Kill Ideas, _Robbie, Diabolic, Search, Carrier Pants, and Dubs in your face. And folks, like the shirt says, if you love me, great. You hate me. For what I've become, no excuse, no regrets. I always say that.